Hey, good morning from the office. I'm your host, BKP. We are North Georgia's only live online morning show. It's 70 degrees already in Ellijay, Georgia, 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning, July 2nd. Just 2 days away from the big boom at the White House. I mean, the president is going to knock 4th of July out of the park. What's wrong with that? Media just goes crazy over everything. What's wrong with that? I mean, he plans a 4th of July celebration for this country like I don't know if we've ever seen before. What's wrong with that? Oh, my God. Anyhow, Josh, let's show them how they can contact the show. There's our phone number, 706-889-9700, chief@fetchernews.com. All the social media ways you can follow us. Now, the phone number there is a 24/7. You can email us. You can call that number. You can text that number anytime. You have a news tip, send it there. All right, so, I think there's going to be a lot of this show this morning. Now, I have an hour. We're going to be here for 2. You don't go anywhere. Last Wednesday, I'm pretty sure it was last Wednesday, was it not, Josh? Or maybe Wednesday before. Wow, okay. So it hasn't been long ago. How about we go with that? That Rick and Jane, they were here. And they did 2 hours. And it was so explosive, so much fun. People enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I was out of town. I tuned it in. I said, oh, my God, they are great. Rick and Jane are going to be here again for an hour at 9 to 10, and no telling what they will say, what they're going to talk about. I have this real weird thing called freedom of speech. So, I'd like for people not to go too far to the dark side. That's what I would like. But I have freedom of speech. I just tell them, don't say, bad words. Like there's the bad word list and then there's the bad word list. So don't say this. All right, folks, today I've got a feeling you're going to say for the next hour, that's just wrong. That's just wrong. But I can't help it. I mean, I am trying to stay serious on this show. Yesterday we discussed China, the man-made islands out there in the South China Sea. We discussed Japan, North Korea, how many of our military men and women are stationed there, how many people, 10.5 or whatever million people live in Seoul, South Korea, where Kim Jong-un, the dictator of North Korea, could just send a missile into. They're going nuts over the president stopping and saying hello. Hey, I'm coming your way. You want to say hello? Absolutely nuts. But you know that when you're riding down a road and you pass the guy that's driving or the lady that's driving and the dog's head sticking out the window. The dog's head sticking out the window, and it's just enjoying the wind. I mean, and you say, "Oh, look at that dog going down the road, just enjoying." That window open with, that is what number one reminded me of yesterday. This reminded me of that yesterday right there. Yeah, that reminded me I know, that's just wrong. That should be our segment, Josh. I understand. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is it reminded me of some dog that had her head out the window, woof, 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 barking as she was going down the road. They're drinking toilet water. They're in there drinking toilet water. Oh, my God. Do you have that video, Josh? Now, Josh, I sent you so many videos. He's already told me. He said, you're going to have to help me go through the video. So let me see. Let me go to the sent file here, Josh. And let's see. Yeah, do the one where she's hanging out the window barking at the reporters. Holy smokes.
English, please. There's abuse in these facilities. There's abuse. This is them on their best behavior, and they put them in a room with no running water And these women were being told by CBP officers to drink out of the toilet. They were drinking water out of the toilet. And that was them knowing a congressional visit was coming. This is CBP on their best behavior, telling people to drink out of the toilet.
Did you see somebody actually do that? While you were
So that little Queens Chihuahua that was barking out the window has moved quite right along, and I put out on social media, I do not, very few, if you watch this show on a regular basis, very few times do I even do any Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez stories. And there's a reason I'm doing it this morning is because all of the white little sissy news reporters, that's who they are. Do you ever see the group? They're little, most of them are these white little sissy news reporters. Now, when I say sissy, doesn't mean they're gay. They're just sissies, okay? They would never go into a really dangerous situation because we're going to talk about that in the morning, in a minute. I mean, their moms and dads worked for the network, and they called Uncle Johnny and said, I just got out of school, and I have these cute little shoes and shorts, and I have a camera bag. Yeah, all right, let me call CBS, or yeah, let me call over there at ABC and tell them I got a sissy little nephew that wants a reporter job to chase people like Alexandria Cortez and the transgender abortion master around and take pictures. I'm serious. I don't care. I don't care. They're sissy little white people, okay? So anyhow, that being said, all right, I posted this morning, okay? And it's very serious. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is down there at the border. And she is barking, and so is Castro down there. We'll get down there in a minute. We'll get with him. But let me say this. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, if I know this, if this is correct, she's like a representative for Queens, New York City. New York City. She's got a district in New York City. I wonder if she has not realized how many rat and roach infested apartments in her district that exist. That there's little children today that don't have running water, okay? Don't have, maybe drinking out of the toilet, I don't know. They don't have soap, water, or toothbrushes. And they're living in rat, roach-infested apartments right here in America, in New York City, in her district. I wonder if the media would just do a quick rundown into the deepest, darkest areas of Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez's district and see if they can find any of the poor children that are sitting out, that have to, you know, the poor children in New York City when it gets 100 degrees and they have to actually crack a fire hydrant and play in front of it to get water because they don't have a pool to do the backstroke. Anyhow, it is absolutely disgusting what went on at the border yesterday. And what are they doing? They're finding what? A private Facebook page that somebody is saying something derogatory down there on the border. It's just, it's amazing what a joke it is. Now here is number 3. This is Castro, all right? He is the Hispanic Caucus chairman, all right? He happens to be running for president. He's down there leading the way. Here's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm going to go through this. Give me number 6. Lawmakers criticize conditions inside Texas border facility. Now, it may just be this shot right here, but you see those sissy little white kids out there with their cameras where their uncles and aunts got them a job? Right? They just got out of school and they got them a job, and they're sissy little white kids. Now, it might just be that shot there. They're down there. Now, they're down there checking the conditions, because I'm going to put the sissy little white kids up against another picture in a minute, okay? And here they are, number 7. Here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez now. I'm on the way to Clinton, where the Trump administration was denying children toothpaste and soap. And I have a whole bunch of sissy little white kids following me in an SUV. This has been horrifying so far. Horrifying. It is hard to understate the enormity of the problem. We're talking systematic cruelty, just cruelty, with what dehumanizing culture that treats them like animals. Animals. The woman is disgusting. These people are disgusting, okay? Number 8, CBP chief denies AOC's claims. We're going to stay with this a minute because we're going somewhere else. And here is number 9. Here's Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez says migrants are forced to drink toilet water. And here she is barking out the window again like some dog. Number 10, okay? And there is, I know everybody's worried over, here she is addressing the crowd, number 17. They had a whole list of speakers down there yesterday and just made things up and yelled them into a microphone. Number 18, and we're going somewhere with this, is horrifying. Describes horrifying conditions. Is that where you found horrifying conditions? I guess you've been out of, your district there in the Queens so long that you forgot about the rat-infested and roach-infested apartments with no water and toothbrush and soap for the kids that are living in those apartments in your district. Number 19. Now I've seen the inside of these facilities. It's not just the kids. It's everyone. People drinking out of toilets. Officers laughing in front of members of Congress. They were laughing. Oh my God, I've seen everything. People drinking out of toilets. Officers laughing. I brought it up to their superiors. They said officers are under stress and act out sometimes. No accountability. Okay? No accountability, she says, okay. Here's Juan Castro, number 20 again, the Hispanic Caucus chairman. He is presidential. And let's see what else I might have on that. Well, we will get to polling in just a second. So, a whole group goes down there yesterday, all right? And let me make sure I've gone through. Oh, the President of the United States, he's in the Oval Office, so it's important for the deep state media to ask these questions. Let's go to number 15, because we're getting ready to switch gears, folks. Can I ask you about the Border Patrol Facebook group and these derogatory and vulgar, okay, number 16, comments that they have been making about members of Congress? Derogatory and vulgar. You don't have to go to these border Facebook pages down there on Border Patrol, whatever, to get that. Because Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I think I could say as many degrading things about you and call you a piece of no good, SH asterisk asterisk, and now I am right in line with the others that laughed at you, made fun of you while you were walking through there, while you were barking out a car window, claiming people are drinking toilet water. There's your derogatory and vulgar comments to Congress, okay? Trump, I know that the Border Patrol is not happy with the Democrats in Congress. That's right, they're not. So I think, let me see, I'm trying to get everything on this side that I want to do. Now, Josh, we have some videos, and I want to go there. I'm going to go to my videos, and I want to go to the one. Hold on, I'll find it here in a second. I got them all up here. Let's see. There's Josh video. Oh, I may have sent it on my phone. There's a Twitter video. Yeah, I want the one that I say use the Twitter video. Let's get that one. It's a one I sent you that says, I say use the Twitter video there. You see which one I'm saying? Is it? It is the one. Okay. Then go to hang on. I got one more I wanted you to watch. Let's go to yeah, let's go to that just a minute. And then you got to fast forward. I'll tell you when to fast forward till you find AOC. I want the beginning, and then I'm going to tell you, I forget where it's at, but if you'll start fast forward, you'll see her come to the microphone, and I want her there, all right? I know you can handle it. Let's go there.
All right, everybody. Good afternoon. I'm going to let everybody get situated. All right, y'all. Thank you for being here to cover this very important issue. My name is Joaquin Castro, and I chair the Congressional Hispanic Caucus this term, and I represent the city of San Antonio in the House of Representatives. Today, about 14 members of Congress had a chance to visit an ORR facility run by Southwest Key, Border Patrol Station number 1 in El Paso, and right now, the Border Patrol Station in Clint, Texas. We came today and we saw that the system is still broken and that people's human rights are still being abused. We remain very concerned about the conditions in which people are being kept. In fact, at the Border Patrol Station number 1, we had a chance to visit with about 15 or 20 mothers, some of whom had been at that Border Patrol Station for over 50 days. Some had been separated from their kids. When we went into the cell, it was clear that the water was not running. There was a toilet, but there was no running water for people to drink. In fact, one of the women said that she was told by an agent to drink water out of the toilet. These are the conditions that have been created by the Trump administration. These are the inhumane conditions that folks are facing. And so this is not just about more money for Border Patrol or for the Department of Homeland Security. This is also about the standards.
What about the kids in the Planned Parenthood getting killed over there? How about those?
Hello, my name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Hey, everyone. Hi, everybody. Hopefully we're able to get through this. My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. I am the Congresswoman from New York's 14th Congressional District. I represent a community that is overwhelmingly diverse in all ways. We have urban communities. I represent home-owning communities. I represent constituents that are both immigrants and United States citizens, and both, oftentimes. What we saw today was unconscionable. No child should ever be separated from their parent. No child should ever be taken their family. No woman should ever be locked up in a pen when they have done no harm to another human being. They should be given water. They should be given basic access to human rights. And it is a false notion. The idea that we have to choose between people is a false notion. No child ever has to suffer for the benefit of another, and I will never accept that argument.
All right, that woman is ignorant. That is stupidity at the highest level. All these sissy little white kid reporters that got their jobs from their mommies and daddies and aunts and uncles and saying, I'm just don't even want to go there. That is not real reporting. That is not a real story. Nothing, but it is tearing up the media, and it is up the flagpole as the #1 story out there. She never wants to see a child taken from its parents. We know that in America. We know about children being ripped from their parents right here where we live. So we're not going to go there. I want to go to one more, Josh, and this one is Ted Cruz. This is the one nobody's paying. Do you know which one that is? All right, we're going to go there, and then we're going to switch gears. Let's go to Ted Cruz. Senator Ted Cruz.
About illegal immigration. Let's listen in.
Children's in harm's way. Earlier today, I visited the Central Processing Center here in the Valley, visited the McAllen headquarters. One of the more disturbing figures that I heard from the chief is in 2014, not too many years ago, of the adult men crossing illegally into this country, roughly 1% had a child with them. Today, roughly 50% of the adult men crossing into the Rio Grande sector have a child with them. The reason for that, the fault of that, is the U.S. Congress, because we have told the traffickers, the human traffickers, we've told the drug traffickers, if you bring a child, that child is essentially a get-out-of-jail-free card. It is an incentive from the United States Congress. Go and find a small child and take that arduous journey. Risk that child's life. And I'll tell you, far too many of those children face physical abuse, they face sexual abuse, they face neglect. And a growing problem we're seeing is fraudulent family units. Groups that present as a family unit, that tell the Border Patrol they're one happy family. There was recently a pilot program done in the Rio Grande Valley using rapid DNA to test family units that said they were family units. It found roughly 30% of those family units were fraudulent. In other words, the adults weren't related to the kids. We're hearing more and more reports of horrific things like children being rented to those crossing illegally. You know, this is a political environment where a lot of politicians like to talk about their enormous compassion, their enormous virtue. Let me tell you, nobody who is compassionate, nobody who is virtuous, nobody who gives a damn about human beings would want even a single day to perpetuate these loopholes and put more children in harm's way. We ought to be angry. We ought to be angry at politicians that wash their hands of this problem. You know, every time I come down to the Valley, every time I come down to the border, I try to visit with Border Patrol agents. I try to visit with law enforcement, local leaders. What I'm hearing in South Texas and all along the border is this is a crisis that is overwhelming our ability to deal with it. It's overwhelming our infrastructure. It's overwhelming our health care system. It's overwhelming just here in the Rio Grande Valley. Chief told me that on average, one woman a day, they're taking to the hospital to deliver a baby. On average, one a day. A day.
Men renting children. Men from 1%, look at the numbers, all the way up, bringing a child. Phony family units, fake family units, pretending to be family units coming across the border. 50-some days, I think it was 50-some days, the President of the United States asked for some funding to relieve or alleviate the crisis on the border, this humanitarian issue. 50-some days. 2 days ago, they got it signed. It's interesting how the media... Now, what you don't find with Ted Cruz, you don't find the sissy little white kids chasing him around. No, you don't find those sissy little white kids with these little, cute little shoes and stuff like that and camera bags that mommy and daddy bought fresh out of college because their aunt, uncle, or friend or somebody knows somebody at one of these networks. No, you don't find those sissy little white kids chasing Ted Cruz around. I watch CNN and MSNBC every morning. I don't see that. I don't see Ted Cruz on there talking about fake family units that's being reported. No, they never bring that out. It's these detention centers, soap, toothbrush, and crazy-ass people like Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Now, this is going to be one segment, Josh, because I'm going to play this video, and then when we come back, we're going to play it again, and we're going to do a new segment. But I want this in here, and I don't care if it says this on the video. I do care, but I don't. The story, sissy little reporter white kids. I don't give a damn if it says white kids. This is the story that sissy little reporter white kids will not follow, okay? Now, this has foul language in front of it. Do you know which one I'm talking about, Josh? Yes, warning graphic language. But this is the story that MSNBC will not put out. I did not hear a word this morning. CNN will not put out. They will not run anywhere. Now, Fox might be running it, but they won't run it anywhere. They won't put this out. They're talking about polling data for old white people for a year and a half down the road. Here is one news reporter that maybe those sissy little white kids could be out saying, let me just quit saying that. Watch the story they won't cover.
Fucking owned, bitch!
Portland police told to stand down. Number two, that's the journalist. Beaten. Camera stolen. Equipment stolen. Antifa attacking people, a journalist. My God, if his name was only Khashoggi. And then give me number 35. Andy Ngo, I guess, Andy Ngo, on silence from the LGBT groups on Portland assault. Here he is, a journalist, happens to be gay, happens to be Latino, I think, or no, Asian, I'm sorry, he's Asian. That's the story the sissy little white kids won't follow. But they'll follow that dumbass bucktooth chihuahua barking out a car window that people are drinking toilet water. Take a break, we'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
It's always Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And with our maximum discount guarantee, nobody else comes close. Now save up to $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or choose 0% financing for 72 months, or save up to $7,000 off Colorado crew cabs. The new truck selection is huge, and the discounts are unbeatable at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where it's always Truck Month.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
We're back, folks. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now, where we went with the beginning is bringing you up to the media creating a false story. Show them how they can get in touch with our show. Okay? All right, there you go. The Democrat caucus, Hispanic caucus that went down to the border yesterday to go through detention centers that made up the toilet water. No soap, no toothbrush. They went down there yesterday, and also they found this Facebook page where some current and former Border Patrol agents have written some derogatory and vulgar things, to Congress, to actually Congress, members of Congress. That being said, look at all the time today created, time applied today to create a story, a non-existent story. And I wonder if the sissy little white kids are enjoying themselves and getting back in the SUV and the, in the reporter pool, all of the 20-somethings that have a camera bag that their mom and dad knows somebody at CBS, CNN, or one of the, New York Times or publications that they got a little camera job and they're reporting. I wonder if they're giggling today saying, did you notice how we just made that whole story up? Yes, there's a real story out in Portland. So go with number 2. This is the journalist that's not at the border. While most gay, lesbian, LGBTQ community were enjoying a little rainbow pride parades all over the country this past weekend, this young man, Andy Ngo, I think his name is Ngo, was beaten by Antifa left terrorists. They are terrorists in Portland, which the mayor has allowed to run through Portland. The people of Portland are afraid, okay? This man was attacked. Now, he writes for Quillette, okay? That's his company that he writes for, okay? Antifa brutally assault on Andy Ngo is a wake-up call for authorities and journalists alike. That's on the front page of Quillette. He is gay. He is Asian, okay? I haven't seen a gay Asian treated this bad since Entourage. Ari treated whatever. I'm telling you right now, this is a total, and the media is down on the border making up a story while this attack is going on, okay? From Town Hall, Andy Ngo on LGBT organization silence over Antifa assault. I'm not the right type of victim, he says. I'm not the right type of victim. We played the video for you. We're going to play it again so it'll be in this segment, Josh, because we want it to be in this segment, okay? Portland police released a statement, claimed Mayor Wheeler gave police stand-down order during violent protest, okay? On Saturday afternoon, Quillette gay Asian journalist Andy Ngo was beaten and robbed, okay? Put up the other picture. By several Antifa attackers at a Portland protest march. Ngo was later hospitalized Saturday night with a brain bleed following the brutal Antifa attack. He was covering during a left-right demonstrations on Portland, Oregon. Ngo's attorney said. There's some more data in here. I was trying to just filter through. So anyhow, what we're getting to here, we're going to play, I will play the video to this. Antifa in Portland, Oregon attacked this journalist. Now, I'm not saying this jokingly. If his name was Khashoggi, it would be different. Right? If he was a sissy little white kid that was reporting and following around AOC and the Hispanic caucus of Congress making up a false story at the border, it would be different. If he could have just been at the border and been attacked by Ted Cruz or been attacked by one of the people down there booing AOC, it would have blown up. But this guy was reporting on a story and got attacked. Let's play the video one more time so it's in this segment, and then we're going to move on to some other things so we can close out get Rick and Jane in here in a little bit. Go ahead and play the video again.
Yo!
Yes. Antifa in Portland. The mayor lies. Antifa is taking over the streets of Portland. People are afraid. They need to call in the National Guard. They need to clean these people out. This is not peaceful protest. I will tell you what, if this young man was in the streets of China and they had a picture like that, if you would put that in China, our media would be blowing up how that journalist in China was being treated. If you could put that picture in North Korea, if you could put that picture in Russia, anywhere, if you could put that anywhere in Europe, the media would be blowing up how he was treated and beaten. He is Asian, he is gay, he is a journalist, and he was beaten on the day of gay pride parades all over the United States. It's disgusting, but no, we don't get any media with them sissy little white kids running around with their little tennis shoes and camera bags following around fake stories at the border. Absolutely false. All right, in that segment, because I don't think I want this in here. All right, quickly, I got a couple minutes before we go. Let's have a little fun. This is my favorite picture from yesterday, number 31 still yet. It's got Chuck Schumer messed up. It's got the media messed up. And there is Trump and little Kim shaking hands at the demilitarized zone at the border. Here's number 32. Obama standing there like, now where is that you say Trump's at? Show me, where did Trump go? And then you got number 34. That's President Trump right over there. And right next, is that Trump? Yeah, and right next to him is Kim Jong-un. Okay, you keep your little pansy rear end back here. God, I didn't have to go there, right? So that's that. Number 33, busing an issue. That is absolutely, it is just, I mean, with what's happened at Antifa in Portland, busing is an issue. It is just amazing what happened and how the media created that. It wasn't Kamala Harris. Remember, it seems like it was just yesterday that Kamala Harris was smoking dope with Snoop Dogg, right? Right? Smoking dope with Snoop Dogg. So last night, Chuck U. Schumer, right? Number 11, he's on there. Worst few days in American foreign policy. Really? Well, if that's the worst 4 days, what about the last 24 years? 24 years. Worst few days in American foreign policy, Chuck Schumer. And I love it. Here is number 21. I caught this. Chuck is doing the number 12. My problem, okay. Number 12, Chuck is doing the camera shot look. That's what the president won, is a reality show. He's a reality show president. Let me get this other one I wanted to put up. Look at the 4th of July right here. Number 4, the president of the United States is going to be doing one of the most amazing 4th of July events in our history, I think, maybe in our history. I don't know. You know, that's the way Trump is. Trump asked for tanks, Marine One, for grandiose 4th event. Now, the media doesn't feel the 4th of July is grandiose. They don't feel patriotically that, hey, it's a big deal, so we're going to make fun of the president here. Okay, here's number 5. This is the created story from On the Border being reported by MSNBC, not Antifa. As you can see, it's 3 a.m. Mountain Time, meaning it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. This is the very first thing, okay? And this ProPublica said, inside the secret Border Patrol Facebook group where agents joke about migrant deaths and post sexist memes. Really? Creating a story. Making a story, okay? Let me see what else maybe I have not done yet this morning. But here's what I think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and I didn't get a chance to go through this. I want to do this in the polling. Josh, I've got another one in there that let me see. I got another one video I want you to play. Let me see which one it is. Where's it at? Sent. Wait a minute. That says yesterday. That's not it. It just seems like it was yesterday. Kamala Harris was smoking dope with Snoop Dogg. No, I don't want that one. I want I think I want this video right here. I know folks, just stay with me. I want the one. Yeah, I want to start it at 4:43. The one I have, it says start at 4:43. I want this because I tell you, this is. I got to do these parts right here. Although they're old from last week, I got to do them because I love them. Let's play that one at 4:43. Start that one. I'll tell you when to come back.
First issue for your presidency.
Ms. Williamson, my first call is to Prime Minister of New Zealand, who said that her goal is to make New Zealand the place where it's the best place in the world for a child to grow up. And I will tell her girlfriend you were so on, because the United States of America is going to be the best place in the world for a child to grow up.
And this is what this question is, which is you're going to have to you're likely going to have to reset a relationship between America and another country or entity.
Girlfriend, you are so right. Now go to the one that says, I will harness love. I just got to play that, man. I got to do this. Is the way they're going to beat Donald Trump. I just got to play this. That's what Alexandria Ocasio, they're crazy as hell. Democrats are crazy as hell. You know which one I'm talking about? Play that one right fast before we get ready to close for this hour.
Sorry we haven't talked more tonight about how we're going to beat Donald Trump. I have an idea about Donald Trump. Donald Trump is not going to be beaten just by insider politics talk. He's not going to be beaten just by somebody who has plans. He's going to be beaten by somebody who has an idea what this man has done. This man has reached into the psyche of the American people, and he has harnessed fear for political purposes. So, Mr. President, if you're listening, I want you to hear me, please. You have harnessed fear for political purposes, and only love can cast that out. So sir, I have a feeling you know what you're doing. I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and sir, love will win.
Ms. Williamson, thank you.
I think we should go around just saying love will win. I think we should. We're going to harness love and love will win. I think that's something we should play every single day. Every single day we should play that. I really do. Love will win. Okay, now one other thing. I want to go through the polling data. It is too early, folks. Don't everybody there. You say, well, 18 million people watched. Folks, don't go there yet. Leave it alone. It's the middle of summer. The Mueller report that is going to have Robert Mueller testify. Today's July 2nd. Robert Mueller, special counsel, is going to testify July 17th. That is going to happen. The next debate is coming up. Okay? Biden is not done. Now, do I think he can withstand the distance? I don't know. I don't think so. Rush could be 100% right. But let's not go nuts. So let me explain something here really quick so I can close this hour. Number 27. Number 27. Number 27. There you go. Choice of nominee, here's the polling data. Biden is down 10. He's down to 22. He's down to 22, but he's not gone, folks. Harris is up 17. Forget about Kamala Harris, because Kamala Harris had one moment that she yelled at Joe Biden, okay? Let's not get all excited about her right now, but they are. Warren is up 8, okay, to 15. Sanders is down. Buttigieg is at 4, okay? So we'll go with that. Now let's go with number 28. This is just a real quick look. Potential voters, Biden 22, Harris 17, Warren 15, Sanders 14, Buttigieg 4, Booker 3, O'Rourke 3, and Klobuchar 2. All right? Let's go with number 29. I gotta hurry up here so I can close this first hour. Number 29. Okay? Now, if you look here, Biden is only at 20% with white people, okay? But he went up to 36% with blacks, okay? Because first of all, you got to remember, all the things that they're going after Joe Biden for, which I wish they'd go after him for the real stuff with China and Hunter Biden and so forth. But anyhow, let's just move on from there. All the things they're going after Joe Biden about, you do realize it implies that Barack Hussein Obama had the most racist vice president in history? I don't think so. So there, I will agree, in the black community are thinking, well, wait, you might as well be calling Barack Hussein Obama a racist. So let's hang on here with Biden just a little bit. Harris up, Warren up, so forth. And there's one other statistic I want to talk about before. Where's the gay little mayor? All right, gay little mayor, where are you at? Here he is. Okay, let's go with the gay little mayor, number 25. All right? Let's just tell the truth. I get tired when people don't tell the truth. Pete Buttigieg reports huge fundraising haul. Okay? He's only showing 4% in the polls. I'll tell you the two things that I'll come back and talk tomorrow about with this guy. He's only showing 4% in the polls because every time the media lies to you, they lie to you, and they try to tell you how many people in the United States and America identify in the LGBTQ community, they try to make you think that 20% of America. What Pete Buttigieg is truly showing you is he's at 4%. Who are the 4%? The LGBTQ community. That's who's supporting this guy with his 4%. Well, you're going to say, well, damn, he got $24.8 million from 294,000 donors despite a 4% showing. 4% of the LGBTQ community, 294,000 gay people sent the damn guy money in the Gay Pride Month. This last month, June, was Gay Pride. They all got together and sent the little gay guy $25-30. I mean, tell the damn truth. They're like, oh my God, Buttigieg raised $24.8 million. Yes, the gay community sent their money to the guy. They didn't send it to this one, and this one. They sent it to Pete. Oh my God, I get so tired of the damn garbage. Let's go with 26. That's enough. 20 point, here's the line with CNN. 24.8 million from 294,000 donors despite a 4% showing in CNN polls. Yes, he's got 2% of the gay community in the country and the other 2%. I don't know what to tell you, okay? But they don't tell you the truth. I'm going to close with this. We'll be back tomorrow. The health care. It's real simple. Quit falling for the middle class. If we get a single payer system, the middle class and the poor will get shoved into it, and we will get just that. The rich that are able to pay will go to the private doctors that will only see the rich that were able to pay. Period. Okay? Damn it, it's not for you. Even if you're in the middle class, you guys make $200,000, you see medical bills, you guys bring in $200,000 a year in your home, okay? You're going to get shoved in that Medicaid for all. You know why? Because even at $200,000 a year, you cannot afford that private doctor that will be just out there for the rich. My God, I'm going to take a break. You got a big treat coming up right now. Right after this, Rick and Jane. I'm out. I'll see you tomorrow morning, but stay with us because you're going to have a lot of fun for the next hour with these two. Take us out, Josh. Take us to commercial.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
It's always Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And with our maximum discount guarantee, nobody else comes close. Now save up to $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or choose 0% financing for 72 months, or save up to $7,000 off Colorado crew cabs. The new truck selection is huge, and the discounts are unbeatable at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where it's always Truck Month.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
8 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Well, hey, good morning. Good morning in this second hour of Fetcher News from the we're here at the office, taking over for BKP. I guess you guys got fair warning out there that he was going to leave, and Jane and I we're gonna jump in here. So if you're still with us, I guess that didn't scare you off, right?
Right.
Good morning, Janie.
Morning.
How are you?
It's early.
Jane was only 5 minutes late this morning, meeting me in the car, and she had her ringer off. I'm sorry, I banged the mic there. I was nervous. I called Doc Whaley, and he said, "I'm in Atlanta, saving lives. So hope she gets there." Sure enough, yep, she got there. She got there just fine, and we made it here in plenty of time and got set up here. We're glad to be with Josh this morning. We're glad we could celebrate a little bit on this pre-holiday week. A lot of stuff going on this week.
Yeah, getting excited.
You got family in town or out of town?
All my family's out of town. That's good because they were all in town last week. I cooked for 2 days. I'm tired. I mean, you know, really.
So you're here with me at the show
I
because you're
am.
tired, right? This is where we get to relax, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I just thought I'd just start the show by telling everybody out there that we are getting ready for Independence Day, the celebration of our birth of our nation. A lot of people do that by enjoying fireworks at night, so I just thought I'd run down the shows that I have a listing of. I don't know, I'm sorry that I don't know the show date or the location for Gilmer County, but Friday, July 5th, McCaysville, Saturday, July 6th in Blue Ridge, Thursday, July 4th, the actual holiday, in Blairsville, and Wednesday, July 10th in Murphy. So, Josh, do you have any idea when the Gilmer fireworks go, or the LJ, or whatever they call them? Now, well, we'll maybe try to figure that out and give you an update before the end of the show. But again, we're glad to be here for Brian. We'll be with you again this week on Friday when Bruce comes back in town. Bruce has been gone visiting family with his wife, Barbara, and we wish them safe travels coming home on the 4th of July. Bruce likes to travel when he thinks there's going to be nobody on the road so that he can just pedal to the metal and get back. So
He and my husband ought to hang up.
Bill is one
He scares me to death
to put the
driving.
pedal to the metal.
Terrifying.
Bruce gave me a report the other day. He said you guys went to the movies one time
No
together,
way.
and he just went, "Oh man, it was a white knuckle ride all the way."
I was terrified going to church Sunday. I said, 43 years.
Because you were with Bill, or because you were going to church?
No, well, because I was with Bill. I didn't want to be going to my own funeral. I'm telling you.
That's funny.
Can't convince him, though.
What's that?
Can't convince him. He's
July 4th of the Gilmer fireworks.
Hell on
Okay, I'm
wheels.
sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Hell on Wheels is correct. Well, he was in Atlanta this morning saving lives, and again, he'll be back with us on Friday for Ask the Doc, and then we'll do the All-Star panel right after that with Brian and Bruce and Jane and myself, and we're glad to be here this morning. Brian touched a little bit this morning on about that travesty out in Portland. You want to chat about that? You want to? Have you been stomping around the kitchen?
Yeah, I was
lately?
going to say, I don't want to chat. I want to stomp around a little
Well,
bit.
stomp around the 17th floor of the palatial studios of Fetcher News.
Yeah,
here.
right. We have a corner window office.
That's right. That's right. And a whole bank of TVs behind us. This is big time.
I know it is.
This is big time.
We are on the move.
I know Brian touched on it, and he played the video. We don't need to see the video again. It's nasty. We got a mayor out there, Ted Wheeler, who has obviously allowed the streets of Portland to be a city ruled by anarchy. We've got Antifa mobs going through the streets, terrorizing people, citizens that come down to the city. Yeah, last night I watched a piece of The Five on Fox News, and Lisa Booth, who was one of the commentators, said her family lives in Portland, and they're scared to death to come downtown. You know, how does that ultimately affect tourism, property values? I mean, or the Pacific Northwest is an absolutely gorgeous part of this country. The wineries out there that exist in Oregon and Washington. Excuse me. But I tell you, if I've got to march my my fanny through the streets of Portland, I don't think so.
No, I wouldn't go there now. The thing that's just so disconcerting is that we have mayors, we have police chiefs, we have governors that are blatantly
disobeying,
not following the laws of our land. Now, how can that be?
How can an elected official who takes an oath of office?
How can it be allowed to be? Why aren't they in jail? I mean, I go out and I run a red light, I get a ticket. You know, I get a ticket. And that's a small thing. These people have no accountability, and I'm not sure what we're going to do about it. It's growing. Does that mean martial law? I mean, I'm not kidding. That part of the country is dangerous, and it's spreading like wildfire, and these people have no idea what they're getting into. These young, what's below millennial? Millennials are bad enough, but the younger ones than that, they think this is all pie in the sky.
What's younger than millennials, Josh, you know?
Idiots. Maybe that's it.
Is that, what's that?
What did you say?
Generation idiot.
Yeah.
It wasn't me, folks. Talk to our illustrious producer back there. He's calling the shots. Anyway, that's good, Josh.
Well, it should frighten everyone. It even should frighten them if they stopped to think about it, because the tables can turn, and they will turn. When I read you a little bit about socialism in a little while and how they do things, they turn on anyone, even their own. They lie to them too, and then they get them in a cage.
I'm trying to do a little show prep. I'm reading last night, and I see that the police have had a stand-down order several times in the city of Portland. Ted Wheeler, the mayor, I didn't know this, but Ted is also the police commissioner.
Does he get 2 salaries?
Good question. I don't know. Well, he's done a double negative dip on the ability to control the police. I'll tell you that. So, you know, I don't know. It's just mind-boggling how these people take an oath of office to uphold the law, and they're just blatantly disregard for the laws that are on the books, just because they don't like the border policy, which is, by the way, the law. If you don't like it, change it. But don't just change it by fiat. Change it by law. Change it by the process that we've set up in this government.
Remember, they need to remember that when Stalin, Lenin, all of these people, these dictators, they would turn on their general number one if they thought general number one was thinking the wrong thing. They would shoot them. So these people, they need to look into history and see how the leaders of Antifa, I believe it's funded by George Soros and the lot.
I think he's probably a huge contributor.
They are using them, and they can be turned on as quickly as they're turning on law-abiding citizens.
Soros, as we all know, is part of the New World Order, and part of their MO is to create chaos, right?
Yeah, they want to control the world, and to control the world, they really have to get a handle on America, on the U.S.
Right, and in order to do that, they create chaos, whether it be at the border, whether it be in the streets,
everywhere.
And I have no doubt that Soros and his buddies are funding a lot of these people that are marching all the way up from Guatemala and Honduras to the U.S. border to try to assimilate.
They want them to come in, not only just to vote, which that will happen if things keep going. They want them to, I heard a commentary, they want to put all of us into tribes, factions that are fighting each other. They don't care what we're fighting about. They don't care. They're going to create blacks versus white, rich versus poor.
I'm convinced that and you're absolutely right, but you know, the benefits, I don't think the Democrats actually like what's going on, but they like what is able to accrue to their party, which is what you just said. They like the votes. They see an end, they see a means to an end with all the chaos. So they put up with it. I don't think they're part of the chaos.
Yeah,
I think they put up with it. I think there's an underbelly that's creating the chaos.
I think they know what's going on and they're complicit with it. I do. I saw something yesterday that's saying that when we sent all that money to Iran, remember Hussein? Iran, $250 billion. Now they know it was sent to another country as well. And now they know, we know, my source, his name begins with Q. He's saying, I can't tell you his name though, I just can't. He's saying that...
I've tried, by the way. I've tried.
Once we give them all this money, all these countries, Iran way back when the Shah was there, immediately huge kickbacks come to foundations, to their political campaigns, huge kickbacks personally. Look at Biden and his son working. He doesn't know a thing. He was on a board. All that comes back. So that's happening with Republicans too, but I'll tell you, it's more Democrats, in my view, than Republicans. So they don't want this to stop. This is a cash cow, and that's an understatement. So I think they're complicit with, and they have to be, because they are perpetuating the myth of the problem. They are part of it, and they like it, and they think when all this stops, they're going to be in control, sitting up there on the pedestal, and we're going to be the peasants and the workers.
The proletariats.
We're going to be the proletariat.
You've done some research on the history of kind of this mob rule mentality and where what the genesis of the whole thing was. Do you want to go there a little bit?
You mean socialism, or what are you talking about?
Well, Antifa.
Oh, Antifa.
Socialism. I mean, how did this whole movement? You know, it started, and by the way, I don't know who these people are. They obviously don't have jobs if they're out during the middle of the week. Either that or they work the night shift. But wouldn't the first thing that come to mind say, if you're covering your eyes and you're covering your face, you're a coward. If you really believed in what you were perpetrating, wouldn't you be proud of that fact instead of hiding behind a black mask?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm just, maybe that's just being old, an old guy.
You know, I've said this before, and many people are saying it. If you read 1984, when we read
George Orwell,
we thought fiction, my gosh, this is terrible, in the United States this will never happen. So then when Antifa started coming up on the scene, I did some research, and I would listen to members of Antifa speak on YouTube, and they'd say, what are you? And then the Antifa guy would say, we are against fascism. We are here to protect the people against fascism. They are fascist. You can look at how they operate. Look at that thing in Oregon. That is a fascist act. And so what's wrong is right, what's right is wrong. That is what's happening. And Glenn Beck wrote a book that I read, and I wish I could remember the name of it. And it gets a little boring, but it is exactly...
Glenn Beck can get a little deep.
Yeah, but it was deep. It just kind of went on. He could have, not that I'm a famous author, but he kind of modernized 1984 and put it into terms where you can really relate to, brought it up to
today's
you got your food in your mailbox, and it was a little cake, and you didn't decide what you got, how much you got. You had to walk on a treadmill for so many hours in order to send electricity to the plant that the government owns before you could get any electricity. Everyone had to walk on a treadmill. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So people have got to wake up, and we've got to help them wake up.
That's interesting. I didn't know that book existed. That might be fun to go back and look at.
You need to read it. I'm sure I've thrown mine away. I'm getting rid of stuff. But go to glennbeck.com. You can order it.
Yeah.
You'll really enjoy it. It'll give you some points.
I'll look it up on the break and see if I can find it. And we can tell the folks to look at that piece. What else you got about socialism?
Well, my husband watched Mark Levin with his
The Great One.
The Great One. That man is so brilliant, and he puts things so everyone can understand them, I think.
My dear wife bought his book for me for Father's
That's
Day,
right.
which I started to read the other day. And
Enjoying it?
I mean, I got to tell you, it's great stuff. The first part is a little tough because he goes all the way. I didn't mean to change.
No.
We'll come back. But the first part of the book goes all the way back to the founding of this country and why the press was such an important part and how they played such a role, a vital role in the formation of the country.
I've seen him talk on that.
Yeah, I mean, he's just brilliant. But you know, as you get into it, into the modern day, and where we've gone in the toilet, and how the tank has turned, so to speak. But anyway, go back to Bill and your.
Well, what I have friends and children of friends who are far left. They think what's going on is right. That we're paying. We should pay for everyone's everything. We, the government should pay for everything. So Bill said, Jane, you should look up the Constitution under Stalin, the USSR Constitution, and just see what that says. Well, I started printing it today, and it's a lot of pages. But basically, I would just like to teach a course. Somebody's got to start teaching in colleges. Would you think they would let them teach about socialism? I don't know, because it's not going to look very pretty when they get right into teaching it. All they're saying is how bad we are, not what they mean. But for instance, in the very first few articles, it has socialistic state of workers and peasants. That's all that's mentioned, workers and peasants. Okay, children, which one do you want to be? A worker or a peasant? That's your choice. We want to overthrow the landlords and the capitalists and create a dictatorship. Okay, they want to overthrow the landlords. You're a landlord, basically, you own your home. You're a landowner, you may own something else. They're going to overthrow you, and all the power goes to the working people. Now, that's the first lie I ran into. They say everything belongs to the working people, but you can't own your home. You can't own the land you're farming. You don't own the crops that you grow. You can't own your tractor. And when you plant them, you give them to us. But the people own everything. That is a lie. You own nothing. They let you have your plates and your silverware, and that is put in the Constitution. I mean, it's the abolishment of capitalism, and that's what these people now say. AOC, abolish capitalism. Do you understand that abolishes the middle class totally?
Absolutely.
There is a lower class. There are workers and peasants. You go read that. And then, did you ever think Hitler was poor? I mean, he had all these homes. Do you think Stalin was poor? Do you think he ate very well? Remember those pictures of the poor Russians with their babushkas?
Babushka.
And they're in line and their 3 loaves of bread. That happened. And that's what you're going to get, young people, if you keep up with this socialistic.
I agree.
Okay,
I agree.
I know I'm preaching to the choir.
No, you're good. You go, girl.
But what you need to know are some points that you can just say in a very calm, respectful manner to people who come up and say, this is ridiculous. And one more thing. Remember when Bernie said, I'm giving everyone free insurance. Well, it's going to raise our taxes. Yes, it's going to raise your taxes, but the taxes are going to be raised less than the insurance would have cost you. If you want your doctor, you can keep him. We got a problem. We have a huge problem.
I agree.
How do we control Oregon? I mean, I don't mean that in the control way. How do we get our republic back?
That's a great question. What are the answers to going back to the rule of law? Do we impose martial law, like you said earlier?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that have said that, that are reading Q, that's coming.
That's coming. That's what they say. Well, listen, at first you get shocked. But then you look at Oregon, and people who live in Oregon, who are law-abiding citizens, are afraid to walk down the street. They may welcome some kind of help. it's all very convoluted.
Well, I mean, the poor guy that got attacked, I won't keep going back to that, because that's just one isolated incident of many. I mean, you see Antifa in the streets of, around the Berkeley campus when they have someone that wants to come in and do a speech, and he might be a conservative, and he might be white, she might be white, whether it be, I can't remember their names now, the one that goes around that's got such a reputation of, stirring it up, if you will, and they just shout him down. They don't get, Berkeley used to be the ground zero for free speech.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, in the radical 60s when we grew up, everybody looked at Berkeley and said, well, you can get on a podium and say anything you want, and people will either cheer or they'll boo, but they give you the right to speak.
Or they leave.
Gone.
Right.
That's gone.
That is gone. And you wonder if it's gone. Like here we are in our wonderful little Blue Ridge. I wonder what would happen if I went to the park, set up my just started talking about conservatism, Christianity, freedom of religion, whatever you are. I wonder, you think not here in Blue Ridge, but I don't really know. On a daily basis, when the train is running, if you go down right where the engine sits, there's always a stand with someone there that wants you to be more in tune with the Word of God. Mm-hmm. I don't know what their denomination is, if any. I don't know what their message is. But it's all peaceful. No one goes up and gets in their face. Right.
No one throws a milkshake at them that's full of chemicals and quick-drying cement. I mean, that just doesn't exist in, I'd say, the majority of the U.S. right now.
What do you think, though? They're permeating their...
Who be they?
Antifa and the
Okay.
like. So what if they decide, okay, Georgia's kind of quiet. Yeah, we had this little issue with the mayor thing.
Yeah, we got rid of the Ku Klux Klan
and the
a long time
governor
ago.
thing, but let's go down there and stir up a little trouble. That can happen very easily. You get 10 people here. 10 people can demolish a lot of what people have built up. It's kind of scary. I'm just looking forward. We can't just sit around and let it. We have to speak up.
Let's keep that thought, because that's an interesting path to go down. When you say, 10 people can come up to a little sleepy town like Ellijay or Blue Ridge or Blairsville. Let's take a break here, because we've been running our mouths now for about a half hour.
Can't believe it. I love to hear you talk.
Yeah, right. We've been running our mouths here for about a half hour, and we're having fun in the office this morning, taking a little time to give Brian a little chance to head over and stir up something else going on. I don't know if he went to a commission meeting or if he went to a budget reading or a budget hearing. I don't know where he went, but suffice to say, I'm sure he'll come back and report on that. But we are here for one reason, and that is because of the sponsors that support this show. Without our valued sponsors, whether it be Williams, the Diamond Center, or whether it be Sycamore Crossing or whatever, we appreciate everybody out there. You're going to see a run of them here in a few minutes when Josh takes us to break, and please support those folks. Keep your dollars home. Do one less Amazon package and do it locally, and the benefit will be immense. So, Josh, take us to break here, and we're going to collect our thoughts and come back to what would happen in the little town of Blue Ridge if 10 people came in and tried to disrupt it. I got some thoughts on that. Josh, take us to break, please.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is I-CAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
It's always Truck Month at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. And with our maximum discount guarantee, nobody else comes close. Now save up to $11,000 off Silverado crew cabs, or choose 0% financing for 72 months, or save up to $7,000 off Colorado crew cabs. The new truck selection is huge, and the discounts are unbeatable at Days Chevrolet in Jasper, where it's always Truck Month.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
Ace is your healthful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in LJ next to Walmart.
Circuit World, with multiple locations to serve you in Murphy and Franklin, North Carolina, Blairsville, Blue Ridge, and Ellijay, Georgia. Locally owned and operated since 1985. Appliances, electronics, and furniture. Name brand products like LG, Samsung, Dell, Whirlpool, Ashley, Catnapper, and more. No credit check, only 10% down on furniture, and only $10 down on any new lease purchase. Mention FYN10 for your special deal today at Circuit World.
Do you feel like healthcare has become too impersonal?
3 times an hour, I'll get you in, I'll get you out.
At Lifetime Medical Center, you're more than a number. We get to know you, not just your medical issues. Dr. Alana Kent is board certified in family practice and offers same-day appointments. She and her staff treat conditions from minor to chronic issues. Lifetime Medical Center, convenient to Jasper and Blue Ridge.
This may sting a little.
Welcome to Mountain Valley Motors. Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Fiat vehicles available, plus a wide selection of quality used vehicles. Located at 7535 Appalachian Highway in Blue Ridge, we treat the needs of each individual customer with paramount concern. We know that you have high expectations, and as a car dealer, we enjoy the challenge of meeting and exceeding those standards each and every time. Allow us to demonstrate our commitment to excellence. Our experienced sales staff is eager to share its knowledge and enthusiasm with you. We encourage you to browse our online inventory, schedule a test drive, and investigate financing options. Visit us online or call us at 706-516-1053.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Alrighty, we are back. We got an updated time and temperature, 9:37 already. Where's the time fly when you're having fun, right? 77 degrees, folks. It's going to be a little bit warm up here in the North Georgia mountains, so govern yourself accordingly, as they say. It's going to be warm all week, I believe. Little scattered showers here and there. We're hopeful that we can get a clear night on Saturday the 6th. To do the fireworks from close to the dam in Blue Ridge.
What's the forecast?
The forecast, as it is every day, is scattered thunderstorms, chance of rain. You know, those are the pop-ups that happen. But the good news is usually after the sun goes down and the winds die down and the temperature cools a little bit, that stuff tends to go away. So we're hopeful of that. Anyway, Jane and I are with you for the next 20 minutes to close out the Tuesday edition of reporting from the office here. Brian took the last hour off to go attend something at Gilmer County Commission, and he will report back on that tomorrow. We will be with you on Friday. We'll be gone on Thursday for the holiday, but we will be back. Jane and I, Bruce and Brian, will be back on Friday together at Sycamore Crossing for the All-Star Panel, where we'll have a visit from Doc Whaley. We'll do a little Ask the Doc. Hopefully Jesse Barton will join us, and maybe even have a visit from the Humane Society Blue Ridge, a little pet of the week. So anyway, we look forward to seeing you on Friday. When we left off here, Jane, we were trying to figure out what in the world would happen in this little hamlet up here if Antifa types came and tried to disrupt our way of life. And during the break, you said, I know what had happened. We'd all get out our guns and go after them. But you know what? We laugh.
We would.
We would.
I got mine.
We are those precious few that cling to our guns and religion.
We do indeed.
You know, and one of the most profound things that Hillary ever said, or Obama ever said, and they were few and far between, was that there are some folks out there that cling to their guns and religion, right?
He also said America is not a Christian country any longer. Do you remember that?
I do.
I think it was in the same speech.
I do. Was that just a Freudian slip as to say...
Which means Judeo-Christian, means
Judeo,
respect,
yeah, exactly.
Respect people, you know. Go on.
I got her stomping in the studio, folks. The mic is rocking in the... Don't get Jane riled up, let me tell you. Yeah, if you ever rent an apartment, make sure that the name Whaley doesn't appear in the loft above you, because when she starts to stomping...
Yeah, I'm not throwing things, though. I'm just stomping.
Well, that's good. Well, your place is too beautiful to throw things. But that's the truth, right?
Yeah.
I mean, middle America, I don't think would put up with that stuff.
I wonder, but the thing is, they're breaking the law. They're going to come, and then we're going to have to abide by the law. Lawfully, we have guns lawfully. But we really can't, unless if they're throwing malts on us and cokes on us, we can't shoot them. That's not self-defense. So,
but you know what the big difference is? One of the big differences, I believe, is that the leaders that we have elected wouldn't tolerate it.
In this little town?
Well, I know for sure that...
Well, do you think the sheriffs and the police would
I think that
come,
they would...
like Oregon?
I think that they would act in accordance with the rule of law.
I do too.
And take the appropriate action.
And that's what they should.
Not on my watch. It ain't going to happen in my town.
Isn't that a good feeling?
Yeah. That's why people are gravitating to the North Georgia mountains and leaving the inner cities of some of these places that have just turned so handout. You know, what are you going to do for me today? Not what are you doing for yourself. Not what are you going to make of yourself. Not take advantage of the opportunity that's out there. But you know what? I need reparations. You didn't treat me right this week.
That reparation thing is a circle. It's a vicious circle. It's in and out. It's convoluted. You know, many black people owned slaves. Many black people in Africa sold their cousins for slavery. I mean, it's all just convoluted. But the people who don't want to look into what really happened in history, if they can even find it, they have no clue. And if you want to get educated really quickly, you look at Dinesh D'Souza's talks that he gives in colleges. You will get educated really quickly, or watch his movies.
If anybody has not seen any of the, I think he's done 2 movies, correct?
Maybe 3, but don't ask me.
Yeah, I mean they're brilliantly done.
Two for sure.
Obama came after him, I believe, and even put him in jail for a little while for some.
Well, yeah, he donated some money. It was a little bit, but he went over some. And look at Hillary's getting billions. So he couldn't vote. He lost his right to vote.
Yeah, it was nothing but an act of we're going
dictatorship stuff.
We're going down rabbit hole stuff with that. But anyway, Dinesh D'Souza is brilliant, and he is a guy to listen to and to watch.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
And he backs everything up. It's not just this stuff he pulls out of clouds.
No, everything is fact based.
Factual.
Everything that Levin does is fact based. I mean, he's got a book that thick, and I swear to God, 20% of it is notations, where the source was. So if you don't believe it, go check it out.
Yeah. So I want to know, these people are saying we need to pay reparations. The whites need to pay the blacks, African Americans, reparations. Why doesn't someone besides Dinesh, and people have already forgotten it, come out and say, in America, black people owned slaves. In America, black people did. In America, the Democrats were the majority of the people who owned slaves. In America, the Democrats voted against integration from Day one. There were fights in the Senate. Some Republican got hit over the head with a stick and really hurt badly because he was not going to vote. He was going to vote for integration.
There are people
They
saying,
need
rightly
to
so,
know
that
that.
the Democrats are the ones that need to pay the reparations.
Exactly. And that, you can prove that. There's names and dates. You can prove that.
Yeah.
But no one listens and no one wants to hear that. That's the problem.
We talk about the slave trade, and I know this subject just will get you going. And we don't have a lot of time to cover it in depth, but I know that we want to maybe do a show one day on the child trafficking. I told you. I warned you. The child trafficking that goes on in this country, and quite frankly, embarrassingly enough, that goes on in this state.
It does a lot.
This state is one of the leading states, unfortunately, the state of Georgia, where we live, and the state that we love, it is rampant.
One thing I'll say for the people out there that's a personal experience. I have done a lot of work on this.
I know you have.
And I know quite a
And
bit
it's,
about it.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not making light of this, folks.
No, he's not.
This lady has done the research. She is an advocate against the. I'm sorry.
There are children that go missing, thousands of them every day. They don't get on the news. They don't look for them very much because many people are involved. And I happen to know that in Washington, D.C., in that area, is one of the highest places where kids are kidnapped and then sold into to slavery, really, for sexual, for money. So, and they're killed, and there are a lot worse things. So here's an experience. I'll make it quickly. We took our grandson to D.C. 2 years ago. He was 11. I said, grandson, you're going to be with me all the time. He's not used to, I said, he's used to kind of wandering around. We went into the Spy Museum, little bitty rooms, 3 stories up. I said, Knox, you're going to stay with me, because I knew kids that age can be grabbed like that. And I didn't say that to him to terrify him. So the next thing I know, no Knox. No Knox. I went upstairs, downstairs. I was frantic. 1 hour and a half, I couldn't find
Oh,
Knox.
my God.
So I waited. Why I waited, I finally went and said, this is a problem. We need to find him. They did find him. I was so shaken because I knew what could have happened. And then my mind in that hour and a half went to what could have happened. And when we got back to the hotel, and there was my husband there, and we had Knox, and Knox was kind of like, so I went upstairs, and I broke down. I just broke down and cried.
Yeah.
And Bill didn't know what was going on. I explained it. But you cannot let your children, if you're in one of those baseball parks that have 5, let them wander over out. You cannot do it now. These people are insipid. They're everywhere. They're invisible. They look like your next door neighbor. And just look into it. Don't think I'm crazy.
Unfortunately, you know, the social services in these communities are so underfunded, and they can't do. This is just my conjecture. They can't do the job that needs to be done to look after the fostered children community, the kids that have been abandoned, the kids that are born and given up for adoption. Granted, the majority of these children that are being exploited come from that community, correct?
A great deal of them do.
Yeah.
And it's
I
not
tried to-
always because they're low on funds.
Right.
There's a little corruption all in the whole thing.
Well, I didn't, as much as I try to stay, you know, up on what's going on, I really didn't understand. And I just said, okay, I'm going to take the next half hour. I'm just going to start looking into it a little bit.
Makes you cry.
Well, it's scary. But the one thing that was prevalent to me, and the one thing that stood out, is that the statistic I read was like 70% of children that are exploited come out of that fostered, abandoned.
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I don't know about 70%. What I do know is that young girls and women.
And one other.
Yeah.
Kids that are coming over the border by themselves.
Yeah. They're kidnapping kids to bring with them so they can say I'm the parent.
Exactly.
And I get
That's
in.
another huge group.
And they're raped on the way.
Right.
But there are young girls and women who are kidnapped. They are used to have babies. They have them, and then those children are raised by whomever's having this. Whatever they've got, this organization with these women having babies, and then they sell those children. I know you aren't going to believe that out there, but it's a fact. And if you want to find out if it's a fact, you can. But when you go there, you're not going to want to stop.
What can be done about it? Awareness? I think that's probably the number one thing is awareness.
Awareness is really important because a lot of children, we used to get on our bikes and ride all over town.
Yeah, we could, stories would go on and on and on, right?
Can't, yeah. You just have to be so vigilant because it's very prevalent. It's more prevalent. But see, there are so many kids kidnapped. So when you say 70% come out of the foster home, I'm not sure that's true anymore. If you knew how many thousands of children were kidnapped, it would blow your mind.
Why don't you hear more about that, though?
Because there's so many people involved. I mean, in towns, the police are involved, the mayors are involved. You can find those stories all over.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like another segment.
I'm telling you, it's terrible. It breaks my heart. It breaks my heart.
Brian keeps saying we need our own show. We
I know,
got
he said that.
We got a lot of material, don't we?
We could just go on and on.
Your travel schedule is brutal, though.
Russia. I'm going to Russia.
Yeah.
I'll tell Vladimir hello.
I've been to Russia. It was
Yeah.
pretty interesting. I'm
looking forward to it.
I didn't go into the deep part. We went to the tourist areas like St. Petersburg.
Well, you
and
got to see those. They're gorgeous.
yeah,
It's
St.
their
Petersburg
culture.
is stunning.
Unbelievable.
I mean,
I've been there,
that
but
city at night. Have you been there?
Yeah, I'm going back though.
That city at night, was just breathtaking with all the bridges lit up and everything. It was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that or not.
So it's come a long way from Stalin. I'm not saying it's perfect. I am not advocating let's get Vladimir Putin elected president. I'm not saying that. But I'm thinking about, can we have a Castro president? I made that joke. Can you believe that?
The media was reporting yesterday that Julian Castro, is that right? Julian, from Texas. Isn't he from, El Paso area, right?
I don't know.
Same area kind of as Beto?
Oh, Lordy. There's something in the water.
Yeah. But I don't think he's going to make the next debate.
Yeah.
I don't think that
You think Beto will?
Oh, I think
that guy is an empty
suit.
An empty suit. Except I don't think he owns it. He did have one suit. He's an empty body standing there with. It sounds like there's a little thing telling him what to say. There's really no real emotion. He's regurgitating what other people are saying.
He's a flip-flopper. He's just so monotone, and he gets those arms flailing. And my goodness, geez Louise.
Now, before we go, I got something.
Yeah.
I want to leave the people with the thought.
You want to leave?
I want to.
Don't leave.
No, I want to leave the people. I want to give the people something to think about.
Okay, good. Well, we can.
So before we. I'm looking at the clock, but I don't know what it means.
Now we go.
I mean, when we actually close down.
If you do the math.
Did we close down on the hour of 10?
A few minutes. A couple of minutes to 10. Give Josh. I don't know. Do you have programming after this, Josh? No
It's
programming
not long.
after
It's
this
very
today.
short.
So
It's very short.
So we can go. Shoot, we can go till 11 if we want. But Josh wouldn't do that. I think he'd cut us off, and we'd be in there talking to ourselves.
I think, which
So
wouldn't be.
we do that a lot.
No, we do.
We do that a lot. Jane, what are you doing? I don't know. Let's talk. Anyway, we're glad to be here this morning, and Brian is off to the races for this last hour. We talked about a few things today. We talked about Antifa. We talked about FDR and this country, unbeknownst to a lot of people, was close in the 30s to going down the socialist fascist road.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't believe me, just do a little research on the New Deal and FDR and the support that he got from Stalin and Hitler, who were big proponents to saying the New Deal is wonderful. The New Deal was nothing more than a socialist attempt under the guise of getting us out of the Depression.
Yeah.
Is that not correct?
That's correct. And if you watch or you read about when Stalin, Roosevelt, and England, my brain's gone, Churchill.
Oh, Church.
Okay, Churchill.
Winnie.
Yeah, Churchill was devastated because he felt ostracized. Stalin and Roosevelt were friends. They didn't really want to know what he wanted.
Oh, they had
told him what was
the
going to
Cato
happen.
Accord. Yeah, we'll get together. We'll sing Kumbaya.
So, listen, it's been a real conspiracy. I mean, there is a plan. There is a plan. One thing I want to say, this may not be the last thing, but I thought this up to try to give you a visual on how this is going.
A visual. This is the show and tell portion.
Yeah. So remember that the Constitution of Stalin, which was a totally socialistic society, a dictatorship, you cannot own anything. You cannot own anything you produce. And how they make it sound so good is, now see if you hear this today with Bernie and all these others. They wanted to, it was the abolition of the exploitation of man by man. So I'm not going to let the store owner tell you what to do and just pay you a wage of $10. No, you're being exploited. Well, so that means that, and they say work is a duty. Now in the Constitution they say work is a duty, but some of the socialists say you don't have to work, we're going to give you $1,000, we're going to give you this, we're going to give you that, and then they don't give you anything. But remember, you don't own your home, your lands, you don't decide where you work, you don't decide how much you can get to eat because they ration the food. Whether you can take a wheelbarrow of money to get it or not, it's just
You're
not
describing
there.
socialism, correct?
I am. Socialism.
This is for the kids out there who really don't know what socialism is all about. Listen to this lady. She's going to tell you where you are going to end up.
So keep this picture in your mind if you can. When the dictators, the Bernies, the AOCs, the Blasios, when they look at us, here's what they see. Hello?
They don't see anything.
They don't see anybody. They don't care about us. They do not
You're
care.
transparent.
Yeah, right. So, just get out there and talk to people. Educate them. Don't start a fight. Do it very calmly.
There's no sense to start fighting.
Get some facts under your belt. Read some books.
Fact-based discussion. What a concept that would be,
what
right?
a concept, yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, Rush made a good point yesterday in closing. He said we are so polarized in this country because of many things, but because one party doesn't like the outcome of election and doesn't like the leader of the free world right now, and that would be Donald J. Trump. They don't like him, so what do? Anything that a conservative stands for, anything that a conservative stands up for, they take the total opposite approach. I don't care whether you look at abortion. Abortion used to be, okay, what trimester are we all going to agree on? Now it's full-term abortion, and oh, by the way, we might even need to move to execution of a baby that survives a full-term abortion. Check it out, folks. They are going to the extreme. Anything that we want, they go the total opposite. We want peace in the streets, we show chaos. You want to get rid of Roe v. Wade or go back to women's health rights, we're going to go the opposite way. You can go on and on and on. You want border control? We don't want border control. You want
freedom of religion? They burn your churches, or you can't get this job.
you want you want to get rid of voter fraud? Okay, make everybody show an ID. We don't want an ID. You can look at any subject going in this day and just look at the opposite, and that's what the Democrats stand for. Anyway, it's 10 o'clock straight up. We've had a good time.
We're 5 seconds over.
Uh-oh. God, I hope
we have had a good time.
I hope we're not going to get cut off.
This is
this is like a soccer match. Oh, by the way, the U.S. women. U.S. women today, 11 o'clock.
Today, okay.
Semifinals against England. This is like a soccer match. We're going into extra time. No, we're not going to go into extra time, Josh.
Soccer
I know
rules are crazy. Let's just add 5 minutes, 5.5. I mean, let's just add a few minutes at the end of the game. My God.
Yeah, this is stoppage time. Well, we're going to be on the sideline holding up that sheet, and we're going to go, and we enjoyed our time here, and we are out of here.
Adios.